Tab here. So it's in our sandbox. Okay. So this is what it looks like. And yeah, can you see my screen? Sure. Good to go? Okay. So this is what the service console looks like, where on the left here, we have our case view, and in this drop down, so let's say that we have our, our unassigned cases, or, the open cases. I think we've talked before about email to case, where for our support email addresses, if it's like ap.support@psft.com, and in North America it's support@psft.com. For each of those regionally, if a customer emails us at that email address, it's going to automatically make a new case here in Salesforce, which is great. Okay, and so we will have a view from this drop-down list that identifies those, like those that we haven't taken care of yet. Okay, so if it's open or probably unassigned, something like that. Okay, so you'll have control over what you're looking at over here on this left list. And you can see there's only 8 of them so far. So it's a small grouping of them. And I can make that bigger if I want, or whatever. But what happens then is when I click on it, and you can see over here, I get like these mini tabs, 1003, 104, 5, and these are the ticket numbers that we see in Infor, but it's a case number now in Salesforce. And then for that case, I can see the details. So here, I have another layer of tabs in here because I've already opened this up before the last time I was in here. And if you look over here on this on the right, I've got this is like the feed thing that Salesforce is really promoting. So that little message icon, but let me just click over here to the details. And this is a look that we're kind of accustomed to, with a header, and then down here into, the products and the activities and so forth. Okay. And then this one actually has where did it go? Yes. Yeah, I heard from Extivia that they've finished up the punch-in logic. I just heard from them, but it's not necessarily in this environment for us to take a look at. They want me to give them a call, so I'd kind of stay away from the punch-in for today, but I hope to get some information out to you probably tomorrow about it. So sorry about that. But you can click on it if you want to. I'm just not going to tell you that it's working quite yet. But if I click on this case activity, CA, says it are 25, you can see I already have that opened over here. And this is the ticket activity. And so this is where I'm going to come in and I'm going to, describe what I did. I would click the punch in to really start the clock. I would work the case, do whatever it was I was going to do, add in my notes here and then punch out. Now, possibly you're going to work on many things at the same time. And so, like, I've got these other cases open up here. And some of them, let me see. Some of them have a case activity. See if I mouse over, this is the one I want to watch for, case activities. And here's, this display was probably from, there's a lot of like configurable options here on the view of it. And so like probably it would go down like this guy over here, this case activity was open under this case. And you can also see how I mouse over and it gives me like this pop-up of 6 fields of information. We can get that set up how we want it. So if we wanted to see something else in that pop up there, we can do that too. Okay. Let me just see if another one had it. That one doesn't. That one's got 2 of them. So if I click on that. Okay. And then, there's also something called, like I can like view them all at the same time. Let's see, where did that go? Here in the history, see this activity history where I can view all. So if I had a few of them here, I could read them all sequentially. But actually, I'm wondering if that's enough. The emailing is going to come in and out of this history here. So maybe that's okay for us. And then as we work on the activities that they pile up here under case activities. But, for us, we're just going to have to get used to what's where and kind of how to maneuver around through it. But you are very welcome to come in here, make a new case, and, make these activities. We did send an email out of here, so you can see this one's mine. So go right ahead and try that out. But let me show you the alternative, which is, it's in here. Okay, if I go to sales, which is this little drop down thing here is called the app. Okay, so I'm going to pick this app. So now I'm on the sales app. Okay, and this looks more like what we saw when we were in training the other week. So now you see I have a cases tab here, but if you don't, you can set that under your My Settings. You can set your tabs, or you can click on the plus and then you can see everything and then just click cases right here. Okay, but if I'm in cases here and I want to say all open, I say go. Okay, so here's that same list of 8 that I saw in the service console. And then if I want to go into them, I can either just, click on it and then, I can see if I need to respond back to the customer or whatever I have to do. I can send an email or, add a new, punch in and do a new ticket case activity here, but what happens is when you click on one and you go back, you do come back to this list. And again, this drop down, same as what we saw on the service console. We have control over this. We can make a new view. We can make it just mine, or the all for my region, this kind of thing. Hold on, the light just turned off. Okay. Or The thing is, if I want to have multiple of these open at the same time, you know, kind of like what I saw in the service console, what I do, the quickest way to do that is, you know, open, you know, multiple tabs. All right. And then I've got all these browser pages out here, you know, and I can do whatever I want to do, you know, and see what's going on with these. Okay. So that's kind of the compare and the contrast of the classic view, which is what we're looking at right now. And let me close these up. And by the way, I've had like a lot of these browser pages open before, so don't be worried about having too many. That doesn't seem to be an issue. I've had like 20 or 30 of them. Okay, so this is the classic view again, and then if I want to switch, I go back to this app drop down, and instead of sales, I'm going to choose sample console, which is our service console. And then I'm back into this view where I've got my cases on my left and I've got, you know, the detail going over here on the right. So that's really what I wanted to make sure that I showed you today. And go ahead and play around with it. But we should have, we should get into our real testing environment. I think we talked about this. We'll test in production by middle of next week. It's possible it'll be sooner, but this is our target date is the 15th. So any questions about it or good to go on that? Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested in your feedback, but yep, you can make your selection on your own. I just want to make sure you knew how to get there because it's a little funky in here, and the way I first saw it was a different configuration. So I think this is probably one of the better configurations of it for us anyway. So yeah, please check it out, and I think that's it. But you know what? Since I got you on the phone, do you see? I was thinking about how I would make we have a adoption dashboard is what it's called, and it would be a way to kind of monitor the teams to make sure that everybody's using the new system once we go live. I'm a little bit worried that since your team isn't accustomed to using the CRM daily, that they might not use it as or forget to use it when they could use it. So I'll want to make sure that I share that dashboard with you so you can keep an eye on it too, because that'll be really important. Yeah, good. I'm so glad to hear that. So, okay. Yeah, so let me get some information from Extivia about the punch in, punch out, and I'll get that out to you and everybody as soon as I can. I guess that's it. So, okay. Thanks a lot. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.